Dr. Alvin Stein, Tuesday mornings at 11 on South Florida's Health and Wealth Network, AM 1470, WNN. Attention men, the Office of Dr. Matthew Leaf is conducting clinical research on men with low testosterone and symptoms of low energy, low sex drive, or ejaculation issues. To find out more, call 954-755-3801. Once again, if you have or think you might have low testosterone and any of the symptoms described, call 954-755-3801. You may be compensated for your time, and all study-related blood work, examinations, and testing is included. So call 954-755-3801 to find out more about the low testosterone studies.
This is Talk 1470.
Talk 1470.
WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Our good cop, Claude Jenkins, has a diverse career ranging from government, corporations, and management consulting. He is the Vice President of Operations at Global Business Development Center and a guardian angel for most businesses. Annette Gray, a.k.a. Bad Cop, is the President and owner of Global Business Development Center. She has 20 years experience in management, economic development, and marketing in the private and public sector. She is passionate about developing entrepreneurs. Let's join our dynamic duo as they place another business owner in the hot seat and find out if they are ready to kiss their business with love. Or is today the day they kiss their business goodbye?
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone listening in South Florida and on iHeartRadio nationally, and hopefully you're also catching us live at www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com. You can see current shows and archive shows on at our website at globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com. How are you doing today, Claude?
Fine. I'm just happy.
You took your happy pills today?
Yes. You know, you guys got upset when you found out Santa Claus was dead.
And we keep trying to get you to stop saying that, and it's not working. So I guess that's going to be your mantra. Santa is dead. So please give us a call at 888-565-1470 with any questions, comments that you may have. It is okay to call us and ask us questions or disagree with us if you're so inclined. So this week we're talking about maximizing your chamber membership.
Yes.
To grow your business. And a little bit later on in the show, Karen Granger, President and CEO of the Delray Beach Greater Chamber of Commerce, will be here to talk about some of the opportunities that I think a lot of chamber members don't necessarily take advantage of.
Yes.
So I know you are... You do a good job of leveraging the chamber. What are some of the tips that you have for doing that?
Well, the first tip is to introduce yourself to the staff. The biggest thing people make a mistake on is they join the chamber and nobody knows who they are.
Right.
Then part two, you have to start attending the events. And the events would be mixers, they could be breakfasts or lunches, sometimes dinners. But the chamber has maybe anywhere from 8 to 12 events a year, at least. And these are ideal for networking and also, again, seeing the staff.
See, I thought they had 8 to 12 events a month, which is, for me, why I don't always, I'm not always very good at leveraging my chamber memberships. Because it's, you know how many events we have for ourselves.
Yes.
And for our clients at the center. So it's very difficult to get out and patronize and or do other events. And we get asked this question a lot at the center: should we join the chamber? And we definitely say, well, it it should be probably part of your marketing mix as far as networking is concerned. But what percent of your time becomes very important. I meet a lot of people who are going to a lot of networking events all the time. So my advice is typically is, if your target market is in the room, right? If your customers are in the room.
What I was moving into, the bad cop came after me. What I was moving into, like she was telling me I was taking too long, is that you have to pick and choose, because yes, the chamber does have quite a few events.
Right.
But you're trying to get the ones that are going to benefit you, and that normally is about 8 to 12. The breakfasts and lunches are ideal because there's a good quality mix.
Okay.
The other areas are sometimes the mixers, but a lot of times the mixers really don't have your mix. So you have to kind of take a look at how the chamber's working their mixers.
Well, the mixers sometimes to me feel a little bit like social dating hour, quite frankly.
Yeah, the meat factory. Huh?
The meat factory. And, I neither have the time or the inclination for that, good or bad, as it may be. So, I have, if you can get any event, whether it's a chamber event or any other event, like you said, talk to the staff about asking them about who is going to be at the event, who is the event geared towards, because then that way you make sure that your audience is in that room. You can do business, you can network, your target audience. I usually say a good event is one where you can sign a deal, or get a client. So that is just so important in adding any event to your mix at all.
And that one of the advantages to breakfasts is a lot of the CEOs and a lot of the directors and owners of businesses hit the breakfasts.
They do hit the breakfasts.
Yes.
Well, I'm allergic to mornings, so
yes, that's why you send me.
That's why I send you. You do better in the mornings than I do. But at GBDC, we also find another way to leverage our chamber memberships, and that's through the calendar of events, promoting the events we have for ourselves and our clients through the calendar of events that the chamber has, and the promotional opportunities like the mailing lists and the newsletter.
Yes.
So we actually do a better job, I think, at the center of leveraging those marketing and promotional opportunities, because both of our hands get a little tied in the office, and we don't always get the opportunity to get out and go to those events. And the other component is the number of training and speaking opportunities that I do for the chambers in South Florida. So, from that perspective, I think a couple of years ago we became very mindful that we weren't leveraging very well our membership.
Yes.
And so we have done several workshops, roundtables, speaking engagement, because that now ensures that at least once a quarter I am going to be in front of any number of chamber members, and it's a strategic alliance partnership, and I have to show up and I have to do it.
There you go.
So
and for you it's always in the evening, so it's good for you.
Yes. I have done a few morning events, but I wasn't too happy about them. I am working on being a better morning person. Not really.
No.
Not really.
No.
So Karen is in the studio, so we're going to ask her to join us. Come on up, Karen.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
No problem. So we'll just pull you in there.
Thank
and,
you. So you're not a morning girl, huh?
Oh, not at all. The only thing
Allergic.
I do in the morning is run.
I know, because look at her. She's so fit.
And I run past your house
I should be
at
so
least
fit.
once a morning.
Oh,
She honks the
gosh.
horn at me.
I should be doing that.
So how are you doing? Welcome to the
Great.
show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We got the conversation started. We were talking about leveraging your chamber membership, and we were talking a little bit about the things that we do at Global Business Development Center to leverage our. At some point or the other, we've been a member of all the chambers. I don't think we need to renew our membership at the moment, but we wanted to just hear specifically from you, Karen, and you're the president and CEO of the Delray Beach Chamber.
Correct.
And that's a new position for you, that's correct?
Totally new for me.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing over there at the Delray Beach Chamber.
Well, how long do you have?
Well, we only have 30 minutes and it
is
goes
this
by
an
faster than
all-nighter?
you think.
Well, you're right. It's a new position for me. The chamber is not new. The Delray Chamber has been around for 87 years. And I've actually lived in the Delray area for, more than 25 years, but I'm new to the position.
Okay.
And what I think is really most exciting about the Delray Beach Chamber right now is we've gone through a major overhaul.
Right.
And we've gone through this physical makeover with our office space.
Yes, you have new digs.
Very
lovely.
digs, and I am more than happy about that. The old digs, not so much.
Yeah,
I was telling some people the other day that before, when you went to the old Delray Chamber office, there was an ooh factor where you go, ew. And,
and now you go,
in a building that has to come down, and it will come down, and there'll be an IPIC theater there.
Yes.
So that's good for the whole community,
Yes,
not just
absolutely.
us. But now there's an ooh factor when you walk into
Much
the new
better.
digs. Much better. But yeah. So what I'm most excited about is just this transition.
Right.
When I got this job, I sort of fell into it. I didn't apply for it. I didn't go after it. It just kind of happened. I guess it's meant to be. We were looking for a leader, and we were just doing a lot of soul searching about what kind of a leader we wanted. And we thought, look at chambers around the country. Is there a chamber, we want to emulate ourselves? Well, no. Like, the business of chamber is an old model.
It really is.
We're
yes.
87 years old. Other chambers are 90, 100 years old. So we said, what is our vision? And we, like I said, did a lot of soul searching. We formed a think tank. And I started saying, hey, everybody, Delray Beach is hot.
Yeah.
Like sizzling, smoking hot.
Right.
And the chamber needs to be as hot or hotter.
Exactly.
So they hired someone very hot.
And that's you. And I agree with the choice.
Totally kidding.
No, but I think your personality is definitely a great fit for the Delray Beach
thank you.
Chamber and moving it into a new
Well,
direction.
it's funny how it's turned out. I'm a publicist by trade. I'm a PR person. I'm a relationship person. And when it comes to government affairs and, LDRs, I'm like, what's an LDR? I have to ask for help all the time.
Right.
But I think that's been part of our success, is just the transparency, the realness, getting people that have a variety of skill sets in the right seats. And that's been a big part of my leadership there. Who's on the bus?
Okay.
And are they sitting in the right seats?
Fantastic.
So, all to say, the physical makeover has been fantastic.
Okay.
But for business people, and for us sitting here talking right here, I know that you would appreciate that. The physical makeover has been phenomenal, but the internal makeover to match that physical makeover has really been what's been so exciting about the Delray Beach Chamber, even just like the last 6 months.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I think now you have to go on a campaign of inviting people to come back and experience you.
Yes.
Because
Totally right.
if in the past, 5-10 years, you've had any kind of experience or exposure with the Delray Beach Chamber, it's likely that relationship or that is very different now. Right.
And I appreciate you saying that. And part of our, realness in what we're doing is saying, hey, maybe we haven't done the best job. Maybe we aren't the leader in the country of the chamber world. But you know what? Now we can be a national role model for what a chamber can be. And, our business life is so different these days. You know, like we had a new employee start that's very young, and I said, you know, it used to be like I remember when I was young, and I felt kind of like the goober on the block, you know, and I was like the young newbie at a job, and but now, like in today's world, we really need young people,
Oh, yes.
you know, that know this technology and know all the social media and
Yes.
know how people communicate. But I really do want the Delray Chamber to be a role model for other chambers to reinvent the brand,
Right.
you know, reinvent the way that chambers do business.
And it does need to be reflective of the community. It does need to be reflective of the direction of the makeup of the citizens. And I think Delray has gone through a humongous change
True.
In its citizen makeup and the opportunities that they're going to provide. And it's become somewhat of a younger town. I think when I moved
Definitely.
here 15 years ago, Delray was known as more of an older retirement town, and the transition has been phenomenal.
Exactly.
And you know, my platform is, you know, creating a city for the millennials and creating a city for the future. So I'm excited to hear
I love that.
the chamber is also going in that direction. So we're going to actually take a break in a few minutes, but when we come back, I want you just to speak specifically about some of those new and exciting things that you are doing differently at the Delray Beach Chamber.
Terrific.
And how can new members leverage their chamber membership to grow their business? So we're going to take a break, and when we'll get back, we will continue our conversation with Karen Granger of the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce.
If you're looking for a West Palm Beach accounting firm with a client-first philosophy, contact Remap Incorporated today. Our firm provides outstanding service to our clients because of our dedication to the three underlying principles of professionalism, responsiveness, and quality. Call us at 561-623-0241. We offer standard services such as bookkeeping and tax preparation, but unlike others, we have developed an extensive menu of specialized services designed to ensure that your business remains financially sound and prepared for a strong future. Want to learn more? Call us at 561-623-0241 or visit our website, www.remap.com. That's www.remap.com. Remap with 2 M's. Let us prepare for you a solid future. Call us at 561-623-0241. Business today has a very short life cycle if you don't have a game plan in place to achieve the goals that will make you successful, especially if you don't have a professional expert in place to show you how to get a plan together and in place. Introducing Bold Consulting. Founded by Stella Tokar, BOLD Consulting was birthed out of Stella's impeccable track record and extensive history of helping an array of diverse businesses and professionals boldly go where they have never gone before. BOLD provides a unique set of leadership skill training that has allowed all different sectors in business, government, and community to effectively reach their identified goals while embracing all challenges and encouraging collaboration. BOLD will be an impact asset to you, your business, or organization. Call today for more information. 954-804-0352. Make the bold decision to grow your business with professionals helping you make the right choices. Call today. 954-804-0352. Welcome back to Kiss My Biz, where we have another business owner on the hot seat. If you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen. Our good cop, bad cop duo continues to challenge today's business owners to take on the 21st century business world fearlessly. Now, back to our show.
Hey gang, we're back. This is Claude Jenkins, the good cop at Kiss My Biz, and I have...
Annette Gray, your bad cop.
And we have with us Karen Granger, the CEO of the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce. And we're cussing and discussing some phenomenal stuff that we're just going to pick up where we left off.
Fantastic. So, Karen, before going to commercial, we pose to you. Tell us, because, again, the show is very short, what are some of the new and exciting things happening over at the Chamber that members can take advantage of, existing members, and new members considering a Chamber, what should they be looking for at Delray Beach Chamber?
Well, the thing that's sort of new, we have a lot of the traditional programs for networking and connecting and getting together. There's two kind of categories that are new. We have our government affairs and our economic development committees, and I find that those committees are just getting richer as far as the talent and the level of people that are involved in those committees. It's kind of a who's who, of Delray. So anybody that really wants to be in the action of what's happening, the development, the building, those decisions. Government affairs and economic development is big. And we also have an advocacy committee because we felt like we needed to be better advocates for the business owners. So when hot topics come up in town, like, Atlantic Crossing, IPIC Theater, these different developments, we gather and we debate, the yays and the nays and try to formulate a position.
Okay.
So we can really work on behalf of our town. So that's sort of a newer, deeper level to that aspect of what we do. The other thing is our programming. I really felt like we had to go beyond the business card.
Okay.
So in traditional chambers, you get together for a business card exchange or whatever. And I always try to encourage people to get to know folks beyond that title, really get to know people as human beings and develop those relationships, because that's where business really happens. You do business with the people you know.
Right.
So our programming has changed somewhat in that we're doing smaller kinds of round tables. At the end of the month, we're having what would typically be a chamber business breakfast, but we're doing a round table format.
Okay.
And we've invited former winners of the Business Leader of the Year, like from all those galas,
Right,
from
right.
past decades. And they will each be at a table, and you can pick their brain.
Right.
So at the table, if whatever's keeping you up at night, is it healthcare, is it staffing, is it social media? You can bounce around those ideas at the table. Then we're going to launch later this spring a Chamber U, almost like a Chamber University type thing, where we just want to pour into business people and raise them up as leaders and entrepreneurs, and provide strategic planning sessions for them, sales training, hiring and firing, like all those categories, getting the right people on the bus, having those conversations. So my big thing at the chamber is to just embrace people, find out where they are in their business lives and help them to be the best leaders that they can be, and provide them the programs and tools, to learn.
Fantastic. And prior to your joining us, we were talking about different opportunities for leveraging and growing your business. And one of the examples we gave is that at GBDC, in many chamber memberships we've been a part of, we have been some of those trainers, conducted some of those workshops, spoke at some of those luncheon. Talk a little bit about some of the marketing and promotional vehicles that are available, because I think a lot of times people join the chamber, but they don't always leverage some of the marketing and promotional opportunities that there are for also growing the business.
That's so important. One thing that I would suggest for leveraging your business is check out different aspects of the chamber. Sometimes we have 3 programs a day, and you can't do it all.
Right.
But it's almost like a gym. Some people join because they like the elliptical, some people like the pool in the back, some people like the weights, some people like the spin class, some people want to pick up babes, they all have their
we've
reason,
had that
right?
conversation already.
But I say, test out those different things, and I tell members, especially new members, find your elliptical. Like at the gym, I like the elliptical. I don't like all the other stuff. That's my one thing I like. So find the elliptical. So that might be government affairs, or that might be focus on women, or that might be the education committee.
Right.
So find that group where you feel connected. We have a nonprofit council, we have a healthcare council, so there are different niches. The other thing is, one way, now this sounds very self-serving, but this works. Sometimes people will come to me and, for example, Emiliano Brooks from New York City. He's a photographer and he does printing and different things. And he said, I'm from New York, I have this great portfolio of business, but nobody knows me here. And I said, well, you know what? We do like 3 ribbon cuttings a week.
Right.
And my little Canon Kodak camera, does not get the best pics. If you feel like coming and shooting a couple photos, we'll throw them up, on Facebook, and we'll put your name,
Right.
thanks to Emiliano Brooks. Well, Emiliano, in maybe 4 to 6 months, his business grew by 70%. Just by volunteering his skill and showcasing his skill. And now he's making money. Now he's, he hardly has time for business. He does have time. Don't be afraid to call him. But he is just exploding business-wise. We had another guy, when we were in the U building, I said, we need some color. We need some paint on this wall. And he's like, oh, I'm a painter. Can I paint your lobby and put a sign, on the wall? So I would suggest, like I said, that sounds self-serving because the chamber has benefited greatly for that, but the business person benefits greatly. So finding a way to showcase your skill. If you are great at strategic planning, come talk to us about doing a strategic planning seminar, and showcase your skill. The other thing is, you asked about advertising and marketing. There are so many vehicles, to put an ad on our website, to put, a block in our email newsletter. And we have one specific email every Wednesday that's just for members.
Right.
So if you want to say a seminar you're giving, we'll put it in that email. If someone has a restaurant and they want to do a Mother's Day special, we'll put it in that email. The Wednesday email is for the members. So there are endless opportunities to put your name, on various events and communication pieces.
And I think the point is to educate yourself about all of the opportunities and then working them into your marketing mix and into your marketing plan, because it's very easy to, one, you can't take advantage of what you're not aware of. Right. And 2, if it's not incorporated in your plan, it could, offset. You might be spending your energies in the wrong place. So it's very important that you incorporate that into the plan and into the budget, because quite frankly, while there is a chamber membership fees, there's some other a la carte fees that goes along with that, not unlike anything else. So Claude is a member of a leads group.
Yes.
And you've been members of leads group in the past. How do you effectively manage those relationships?
We manage well when we are knowing each other, and we know each other through luncheons and coffees, not the leads group meeting, because all you're doing there is giving your little 30-second or 60-second commercial, and one person will speak for 10 minutes. That's the leads group. But what I found very positive is going out to lunch, going to breakfast, going to have coffee, going to that person's business, and getting to understand each one of those members in your leads group. Well,
frankly, I have to say that overwhelmed me a little bit. I think you're better at it. Maybe everybody just wants to spend time with me. I'm not sure. Come on. If I got, each time I went to a leads group and or something along those lines, I got 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 invitations to coffee or lunch, and it became prohibitive to my business. So what I had to get very good at is saying no to some of those invitations and saying yes to the right invitations. Saying yes to the ones who I could potentially do business with or create a strategic alliance partnership with, because you could lunch and coffee yourself right out of business.
One of the bigger problems today with the leads groups is they have moved from the business owners and the decision makers to salespeople.
So that means I should not be going. You should be going. I'm not going back.
Salesperson, but all the salespeople are in there to sell. They're not in there to make acquaintances and being able to work together. And once you understand what the other businesses are doing, and you understand the owners or the decision makers, it's a lot easier to recommend them.
So that's a fantastic segue to actually closing the show. It's been already 30 minutes. Thanks so much for joining us, Karen Granger from the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce. I
thank
know
you.
people can Google it up, but can you just give the phone number and the website for the Delray Beach Chamber?
Okay, visit us at delraybeach.com. Also on Facebook, we have all those wonderful photos going up from all of our events. So Greater Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce on Facebook. And we have some new apps coming out for Delray Affair and that type of thing. But delraybeach.com is probably the easiest to see the number
Fantastic.
and all that. And feel free to call us. Anybody that's listening, we love to give personalized attention and to help navigate all those things and try to make it a good experience for each individual.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Well, Claude, another week is come and gone. Thank
Yes.
you for being my sidekick, or my good cop, rather. And thank you guys for listening. Have a great week.
Take care.
You've been listening to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Tune in again next time for more Kiss My Biz. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Global business development